Welcome to Quiz Master Hub. Today, we're diving into the ultimate 101 Animals Quiz Challenge. You'll face 101 exciting questions, and you only have 10 seconds to answer each one. From powerful predators and amazing sea creatures to rare birds and surprising animal facts, this quiz will truly test your knowledge. Think you can get a perfect score? Keep track of your points and challenge your friends. Before we start, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Quiz Master Hub, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next fast-paced quiz. Ready? Let's begin.
Which Roman emperor wanted to make his horse a member of the government?
C. Caligula.
A flamingo chick is?
C. White.
Which is the most popular pet worldwide?
B. Cat.
Which is the fastest fish on the planet?
C. Sailfish.
Only one of these is a lizard. Which one?
C. Blindworm.
What are a bird of prey's feet called?
B. Talons.
Which South American bird looks like an ostrich?
A. Rhea.
Which fish is said to have the most painful venom of any animal in the world?
B. Stonefish.
Which of these statements about lobsters is false?
B. They scream when chefs boil them alive.
What are a meerkat's greatest enemies?
A. Birds of prey.
Tasmanian tigers were leopard-sized carnivores that became extinct in the
C. 20th century.
Why do shovel-snouted lizards dance?
A. To keep their feet cool.
Who marched over the Alps mountains with elephants in his army to attack the Roman Empire?
B. Hannibal.
What do koalas eat?
C. Eucalyptus.
What is the name of this mountain goat?
A. Ibex.
What type of dogs pull snow sleds?
C. Huskies.
How do dancing white lady spiders get out of trouble?
C. By cartwheeling down a sand dune.
In the Bible story, who was thrown into a lion's den?
C. Daniel.
Which big cat has the largest population and lives in the most countries?
C. Leopard.
Which animal rolls into a ball like a hedgehog?
A. Armadillo.
Which animal rolls into a ball like a hedgehog?
A. Armadillo.
What was the name of the bear in the Jungle Book?
B. Baloo.
According to a 2008 survey, how many of the world's mammals are in danger of extinction?
C. 1 in 4.
In the story of the hare and the tortoise, why did the hare lose the race?
B. He took a nap.
How long can a camel go without drinking?
B. 4 weeks.
Which of these is a nickname for a giraffe?
C. Stink bull.
Which is the largest lizard in the world?
C. Komodo dragon.
What is the world's smallest breed of dog?
C. Chihuahua.
Which animal has the largest eyes in the world?
B. Colossal squid.
A beaver's teeth are...
C. Orange.
How long does it take to hard boil an ostrich egg?
B. 1 hour.
Where did dodos live before they became extinct?
C. Mauritius.
Which people used to worship a powerful goddess that looked like a cat?
A. Ancient Egyptians.
Who stole the three bears' porridge?
C.
Goldilocks. At what depth have cusk eels been caught? B. 8 kilometers, 5 miles. How many legs do spiders have? B. 8. What do tadpoles not grow into? C. Moles. What type of animal are bats? A. Mammal. Which animal leaps up and down to show predators how energetic it's feeling? A. Gazelle. Why do bees dance? B. To give directions to food. What is the name of the man in the Bible story who was swallowed by a whale? B. Jonah. Which African ant-eating animal can somersault away from danger? A. Aardvark. If a flea were the size of a human, its leap would be the equivalent of jumping. B. Over a skyscraper. Who is the famous golfer? B. Tiger Woods. Which of these is a real bear? B. Spectacled bear. Which bird plucks monkeys out of the trees to eat? C. Harpy eagle. Giant isopods crawl along ocean floors and grow to the size of human babies. Which animal do they most resemble? B. Woodlouse. Orca is another name for which animal? A. Killer whale. A salmon lays about 3,000 eggs at a time. Roughly how many will reach adulthood? A. 2. What is a group of geese called? B. Gaggle.
In which country is the legendary Loch Ness Monster said to live? B. Scotland. Were tailor birds given their name because they
B.
Stitch a nest using a rolled-up leaf and spider silk. How long can a sperm whale hold its breath?
B.
90 minutes. Which baby reptile squeaks inside its egg?
B.
Alligator. What's the name for an adult male gorilla?
B.
Silverback. Which big, bad-tempered animal has a hide that's so thick it's almost bulletproof?
A.
Hippo. Which of these animals does not blend in with its surroundings?
C.
Poison dart frog. How many times a minute does a mouse's heart beat?
B.
500. Which Australian spider eats her male partner after mating?
B.
Black widow spider. What do fish breathe through?
A.
Gills. Elephants have mud baths because the mud is a
A.
sunscreen. Which of these animals is least likely to survive in snowy conditions?
B.
Snake. Which animal sheds its outer skin all at once, leaving behind a sock of dead skin?
C.
Snake. Is a hyena's dung
B.
white? Which word goes before snowman to make the nickname of the legendary half-man, half-ape creature that is said to live in the Himalayas?
A.
Abominable. What type of animal are frogs and toads?
B.
Amphibian. Where do Siberian tigers live?
C.
Russia. How do dung beetles get their name?
A.
They eat dung. The world's largest rodent is a capybara. It's as big as a
B.
sheep. In Rudyard Kipling's Just So stories, how did the elephant get its trunk?
C.
Its nose was stretched by a crocodile. Which bird hatches in another bird's nest and pushes the other eggs over the side?
C. Cuckoo.
Foxes living in snowy forests have what type of fur?
A.
Red. Which animal looks like a small kangaroo?
B.
Wallaby. In the Harry Potter books, what is the name of Harry's owl?
B.
Hedwig. What is a baby goat called?
B.
Kid. Inside which animal's shell are pearls found?
C. Oyster.
Which endangered animal did sailors mistake for a mermaid?
A.
Manatee. Which spider fishes for flies using a strand of silk with a sticky blob on the end?
C.
Bolas spider. Which movie had two clownfish in starring roles?
B.
Finding Nemo. Where could you be stung by a box jellyfish, munched by a saltwater crocodile, and bitten by a black widow spider?
C.
Australia. Is the world's most poisonous frog?
A.
Golden yellow. Which is not the name of a deep-sea animal?
C.
Trollfish. What is the record age for a giant tortoise?
C.
255 years old. How much dung does an elephant drop each day?
B.
5 buckets. What type of creature does the legendary sea monster called the Kraken look most like?
C.
Giant squid. How do anaconda snakes kill their prey?
B.
Squeezing. Which dangerous snake might you come across in the desert?
A.
Sidewinding adder. What do caterpillars eat?
A. Leaves.
What kind of animal is a kookaburra?
B. Bird.
Which is the world's fastest snake?
B. Black mamba.
How do geckos keep their eyes moist?
B. Lick them.
In the story of the ant and the grasshopper, what did the grasshopper ask the ant?
B. To lend him some food for winter.
The nest a harvest mouse lives in is as small as a...
C. Plum.
How did Ham the chimp make history in 1961?
B. He was the first ape in space.
Which animal has a comb and wattle?
C. Chicken.
Which insects build structures 4 times as high as a person with walls as tough as concrete?
B. Termites.
How far can a hamster run in one night?
B. 30 kilometers, 20 miles.
Which of these is a real animal?
A. Slow worm.
Do bats hunt at night using
B. Echoes.
What was the name of the dog that rode on a Soviet spacecraft in 1957?
A. Laika.
How can you tell a legless lizard from a snake?
B. Lizards have ear holes.
That's the end of our 101 Animals quiz. If you scored high, congratulations! You're a true animal master. If not, don't worry, there's always the next challenge. Make sure to like, subscribe to Quizmaster Hub, and hit the notification bell so you're ready for our next exciting quiz. More brain challenges are coming soon. See you in the next one.